It can be a real struggle to care for an aging loved one, but it's not something that you have to deal with alone.
Evie Stamps, Executive Director, and Emily Greenleaf, Training and Recruitment Coordinator, both from Home Instead Senior Care, join us to start this conversation. It's nice to have you both here.
Thank you. Thanks. Nice to be here.
And it can be a tough conversation to start, right? And the point is you have to look out for the signs that someone is starting to get to that point where they're going to need assistance, right? So what are some of those signs?
So one of the most common signs is a change in mood and personality. Depression is very common with older adults for various reasons. So when they have that change in mood and personality, or they have the depression, they stop taking care of themselves, they stop taking care of their home. They have more common issues with their medications. So the forgetfulness of taking your medication, or it's did I take this, or have I better take it again? We don't want that, obviously. Also, changes in their home, not taking care of their home. You want to look at their car. Right. That's a big one. Mm-hmm. You want to look for scratches and dings, anything that's wrong, anything that's out of the normal for them. They become less talkative because maybe they don't want you to see that they're forgetful. So basically anything that's out of that norm for them, and each person is going to be a little bit different because we're all different.
Right, and they're going to want to hide it a little bit too, and maybe not be honest with themselves about the situation that they're in. Mm-hmm. How do you approach the subject? I mean, do you have some tips on people who are watching right now saying, I don't know how to bring this up, because it is a difficult conversation?
Sure it is, of course. A heartfelt talk is always the best. Compassion, respectful, of course, because most of the time it's going to be your parent. So,
right.
And they are, like you said, Heather, they are hiding this. They're very reluctant to divulge some of these things that are happening. Fear is a main reason. They're afraid to lose their independence, or that they might become a burden, and nobody wants that. So just addressing it very heartfelt, just very compassionately, and also suggesting a conversation with a primary care physician. That might help too. Do a very thorough evaluation about cognitive and physical abilities, and that might open up, be an icebreaker, if you will, for further conversation about what else might be going on.
Yeah, right. And the point of all this, like we said at the top, is you don't have to do this alone, right? Home Instead Senior Care is going to be there with you to help start, say, the conversation and move forward from there. So how specifically can Home Instead help us address the concerns?
So Home Instead helps we do a care consultation, which is completely free. We'll come in the home, we'll meet with the aging adult, we'll meet with their family, so that way we can get a feel for them and we can basically go over our services with people. We have caregivers that come into each home that will help them make sure they're hydrated, make sure they're eating, make sure their house is clean, that they're taking all of their medications. So all of those important things, we have caregivers for that.
And not retreat, right? Because sometimes that happens as well. And like you said, they don't want to be a burden on family members, so they do try to hide things. I mean, you guys are the experts, so you look for certain things, because for family members even, it can be difficult if they don't have experience with this. What are some of the signs that you look for, and why is it so difficult?
So we look for broken things around the home. That's one of the key indications, especially in a bathroom, because a lot of people have a harder time getting up, so they'll grab onto things to help them up, and they'll break those items that aren't designed for that purpose. We'll also check, rugs and their fridge. A lot of older people have expired food in their fridge, which is not good too. We'll assess their physical condition, making sure that they can walk properly, making sure that they can get up out of their couch. Because
there are so many obstacles in your house, right? I mean, when you mentioned the rug, I'm like, oh my gosh, tripping, because falls is, and that can be it for some people.
Yeah, and speaking very practically and honestly, if you have this type of assistance, it can increase your life expectancy, right? Your life can actually be longer because you're taking care of the things that may have had a detrimental effect on you, right? And
Absolutely.
That's, I'm sure, what you tell clients. You'll live longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can circumvent a lot of these problems by identifying it a lot earlier, like med management. If our meds are not taken appropriately, they can cause an array of problems. Cognitive abilities diminish. Everything. And falls. You can get dizzy. You can have medication interactions that cause dizziness and disorientation. It does. It circumvents a lot of those things. Yeah.
And it is a sensitive subject, and it would be really nice to know that you have this united front going into it and saying, hey, mom or dad, we really want you to remain independent and have your freedom them. So with that being said, let's fix this.
Absolutely.
Good to have both of you here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you're looking for some assistance with caring for an aging loved one, give Home Instead Senior Care a call at 520-770-9943.